Hey there guys and gals, we're going to be doing some Spawn 101 in Battle is Key because some people need some help and I know this will help in the future. This is stuff that I had to learn and it's easier for me to make a video to show you guys how to do it than it is for me to explain to each and every person how to do it, even though I've been giving them cheat sheets. Video cheat sheet, much easier, much quicker, just send them the link, bam. We're going to jump into training, we're going to leave everything default for now, and we're going to jump in. Alright, so this is the spawn state, basically. And all the area in red is player 1's spawn. Player 2 has blue spawning spots. You can summon more enemies the further back you are. Well, more units would be enemies for your enemies, huh? Like if I were to spawn a guy in the front, that row will probably stop being red. I don't have to move more units back. That's just the way it is. When you're in multiplayer, spawns are blind though, so you can't really... There's no counter picking. They're blind specifically for that reason. You gotta pick a team based on what you want to use, rather than, you know, picking it based on what can beat your opponents. There's a couple ways actually to go through your units. The simplest way is to hold right shift and use the arrow keys. As of right now, I believe there are 21 units in the game, so you can go left and right through the first 10. Maybe through the first 11. Then you hit up, and you can go through the rest of the units. There's another way to summon to find units, though, and that's to tap left shift. Don't hold. You have to hold right shift and move through the arrow keys. But if you tap left shift, whoops, I messed that up. Let me go back. If you tap left shift and then start typing a name, oh, isn't that interesting? It's not working in training mode. In multiplayer it works. You tap left shift. That's interesting. I can't show you guys exactly how it works. But in multiplayer, you tap left shift. You start typing someone's name, they'll come up. The other way is if you know the number of the unit, you can type in the numbers. So 21 is Golem. 13, Spearman. If you go past 21, like 25, interesting. Usually what happens is you end up with a knight. There we go, like 99. 99. Oh, I see, it's giving me the numbers of the first or second unit, probably. No, Geomancer comes up as 56. Some of them are a little weird, but generally speaking, if you go past a numbered unit that exists, you end up with a knight, like 99, or 0 gives you a knight, because that's unit number 1. Now, as you saw when I was trying to do the typing thing, that didn't work out for me. It works in multiplayer, I assure you. At least as of right now, it does anyway. When you want to spawn an actual unit, you type in one of the letter keys, and that's how you'll be controlling your characters. So, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to summon a Knight as Q, a Geomancer as W. You see how the first row disappeared? Because it's closer to the front. E, and since we have it set to 4, R. So these are my 4 units. Remember, if you highlight a unit, hold shift, you can change the orientation of your unit with the arrow keys. If you highlight a unit and you hit backspace, you delete. We're going to put that priest back in. Now, very important for this, it doesn't help you as much in multiplayer. Sometimes the tab thing doesn't even come up for me, but that's another story. Is if you highlight a unit and hit tab, it shows you all of their abilities. It shows you their info, their base stats, and then it gives you their 4 attacks and their 2 passives. Each character has 2 passives and 4 attacks. Now, the weird thing about this is, oh, it's changing here. When you're in multiplayer, a lot of the time when you hit tab, it will only show you, sometimes in training as well, but I see that they fixed this, which is excellent. You have to hit shift, sorry, not shift, you have to hit spacebar to... Spacebar basically takes you out of spawn state, so when you highlight a unit, it'll go away. You select a unit, try and bring up tab, see how it's stuck on priest? you have to bring the cursor back up with space to switch you back into spawn mode. And in spawn mode, whatever character you highlight and hit tab on, their tab will come up. But when you're in actual gameplay, when the cursor is gone, then you can't do that. Whatever you hit tab on will be the last character that you tabbed through. So you'll have to go back into spawn mode, and as long as the tab interface is up, you'll be fine. The only other thing about spawning that isn't really explained so far is if we go back to menu, when you're in crystal mode, which apparently is the most popular online match besides deathmatch, which is what I would have been in basically, is when you're in crystal mode, if you hold /, that's the one by right shift, and you hit a letter key, bam, you spawn a crystal. Which is probably a lot easier than whatever the other interface is. I've never actually played crystal mode before, but I know that this will make things a lot easier. I did not know that your crystal could move. That's pretty cool. In crystal mode, it's kind of like, say, if you guys have played Dungeon Defenders before, you're turning a crystal, the crystal here serves the same purpose. Crystal goes down, you lose. So, it's actually really cool that you're able to move it. And that pretty much gets you guys through spawning 101 in Battle is Key. I hope this helps you, and I hope this especially helps the people that I'm going to be playing with in the near future, because the tutorials that are in now are there, but a lot of the info is outdated, so this should be able, this should get the wheels turning, at least in your head, and then you'll be good to go. You'll be a top-of-the-line combatant in no time. Alright, I'm going to stop playing with this now and let you guys go. Hope this helps. Later, y'all!